Hey everyone, welcome back to the Paradise Hotel After Show here on AfterBuzz TV. Today we have two new guys checking in. The alliances are shaking and we talk about bots and implants. Stay tuned and let's get buzzing, y'all.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Paradise Hotel After Show here on AfterBuzz TV. I'm so excited to be back. This was a lot and it was pretty juicy. And you know I can't be here alone. You know I have to have somebody to talk about all the rocky relationships with. So shout out, say hello to my co-host Lauren Hubbard. How you doing, girl?
Hey guys, I'm ready to talk the truth.
The truth, right?
Yes.
There's been a lot of, like Jay Lamar said last week, alliances that have been going on up and down these, 3 episodes that we saw?
Yeah, a lot of episodes.
If y'all have been keeping up with everything, that's 1 hour on Monday, 1 hour on Wednesday, and 2 hours today. A lot of TV with a lot of information. So why don't we just get into it?
Okay.
And let me get your overall thoughts from this week's escapades.
Wow, I mean, there were so many episodes. I guess overall, yes, a lot of scheming, a lot of plotting,
A lot of scheming.
Alliances, a lot of lies, but very juicy and did not disappoint, actually.
It didn't, and I think we talked last week, following the format for the show is a little confusing because there's a lot going on. There's surprise after surprise after surprise, but that actually makes it really entertaining.
Right.
To see, because you don't know what's going to happen next.
Right. No, I agree, because on the first episode, I thought it was a little slow. I was like, what makes this show any, different or more special? But then when they started putting in these extra people, and then when they gave JR immunity, I was like, thank you. That's
Right.
the twist we need to shake up the house. So
Exactly. You think you're safe, or you think you're in some sort of turmoil because you don't know who you're going to choose, and all of a sudden, Kristin comes through the door, and it shakes up the whole world.
Right.
So it shakes up the whole house. So let's get into it. Let's start off with the Monday episode,
Okay.
right? Let's go in order. I think that'll be a lot easier there.
Yes.
So the new guys on the block, it's Kyle and Jair there.
Yes.
Kyle comes in because the guys, the girls bring him in, or the guys bring him in, I forgot. And Jair comes in because America votes him in, all right? And they go on this double date. So I want to talk about the double date because Jair seems like he's getting in, everything's all good, but that's because Tatum's kind of pulling him in.
Right.
But Kyle, poor Kyle, is failing at the whole situation.
So Kyle doesn't really stand a chance, but this is actually now, because so many episodes, like I talked about, what I would have been interested in seeing is if they wouldn't have done the switch, Kendall was actually getting a little interested with Jair. That could have been a pretty good connection,
Right.
because she was like, I would have liked to stay for dessert and see where it went.
Right.
So that could have broke up one of the stronger couples, but Tatum wanted to go through with her plan, so
Right.
she kind of messed that up. And then, Kyle, he's just not trying hard enough.
Because here's basically what's happening. If you guys forgot from Monday, Tatum told Carlos, let me go ahead and mess with Jair a little bit to make sure, to make him think that I'm into him so we can go ahead and get rid of him. They are plotting,
Yes.
real thick plotting. And we talked about this off air. It really feels like MTV Challenge type plotting. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Yeah.
it does. It feels like Are You the One, playing with strategy and, making couples, but also the challenge. You got to make those alliances
Right.
and play the game, because at the end of the day, people say they're there for love, but I honestly think they're probably there for the money.
Let's be real. Carlos is there for the money.
Carlos is definitely there for the money.
Yeah.
And you know what? So is Ro. She's like, at the end, I want to be the one at the end, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, all right.
I know. I can't wait to talk about those alliances.
Yes.
'Cause those alliances are strong but shaky.
Yes.
Let's be real. Strong
They
but
might be
shaky.
starting to fall.
But in that same Monday episode, we get the spin the bottle situation, and Kendall gets all the play,
All of it.
all of it. Like everyone was going towards Kendall.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
No, I just thought that was interesting too. Everyone wanted to kiss her,
Yeah.
or everyone wanted to see someone kiss her. And I thought that was interesting because no one's really making a move on her besides David.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, do they secretly like her? Or are they just trying to split up that connection? Because you saw how mad David was and he just walked away.
He was so salty. David was so salty at Hans for stealing that kiss when he left. You know, it was a funny moment or whatnot. I think maybe David was a little bit overly salty.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I mean? Too much sodium.
Yes, like
You
what was
know?
it? It was like day 3, like chill.
It was, yeah, that's the thing. That's another thing. They've only been in the house for what we know is 2 weeks, right?
Yeah. Honestly, no, because at the last time they kind of all got together, he was like, I only knew you for 7 days. So it's not even at the 2 mark yet.
Yeah.
We know it's more than a week, but not quite 2 weeks
Right.
yet.
Maybe today, this Thursday,
Today
was 2 weeks.
is
But
2
that
weeks,
Monday, you're right,
yes.
that was just a little bit over a week. And they fall really, really hard. And most dating shows, I guess, do that.
Yeah, you gotta have to. You
Like,
you have to speed it up because
right.
it's aired during like 3 months.
Right, which is so funny though, because this is like almost live to tape, and there's a live portion to the show or whatnot, but you could really see the connections, the misconnections, and like everything in between, I guess, you know, and all the flaws. But like some people are in relationships where they feel like they've been there for a year.
Right, and they don't even move this fast.
Right.
They're like 3 months, still trying to like get to really bond with each other.
Right.
You know. So
I wouldn't survive in this house.
I wouldn't either.
I would not survive in this house.
I wouldn't.
I have a question for you though.
Okay.
So do you think the way Hans got mad at David got mad at Hans, was he justified to be that salty at Hans? Because they've been there for like, what do we say, like less than a week or about a little bit more than a week.
So
What do you feel?
I don't think he should have got as upset as he did.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, everyone else kissed her too.
Yeah.
Why didn't he get mad at everyone else? I do get that he said, no, it's not going to happen. Like, that's enough. And it was pretty shady of Hans to do it whenever David left.
Right.
But still, I think he made a bigger deal out of it than what it needed to be. Like, let me pull you aside and talk to you.
Exactly. Same thing. I think he blew it up a little bit more than it was supposed to be, but I'm also getting the sense, and let me know if you feel the same way,
Okay.
that David is a little bit more into Kendall than Kendall is into David, or maybe Kendall just doesn't show emotion like that.
I'm getting that too.
Okay.
I definitely feel like David's more into her because if you notice when David like goes to kiss her, she's kind of like,
Yeah.
and I've kind of dated some people like that. Like, you know,
Like, are you into this, or am I
yeah, like,
tripping?
you know, yeah, he's definitely feeling her a little more. And maybe she liked the attention.
Maybe she's just playing it safe, I guess.
Yeah, I think she.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good point. She probably is playing it
She
safe.
might be playing it safe. Are you in the chat right now?
Yes, I am.
What's going on in the chat right now?
Oh
Hello,
my
everybody in the chat.
goodness. Well, people definitely love the British narrator.
I love him too, actually.
Kyle is the one friend in the group who needs a wingman to help him get the girl.
That's right.
I agree. That is very true. These people who are plotting and strategizing without knowing the game. Okay.
I could see.
Yeah.
I think they're just trying to survive.
Oh, okay.
basically.
Someone said this show is kind of like a Big Brother mixed with a challenge and MTV's Are You the
I
One?
can see the Big Brother portion
Yeah.
because these cameras are everywhere.
They are everywhere.
Oh, wait. Viewers out there in the live chat, can we just figure out whose toes is all over America's screens right now? Because we asked that question last week and we saw more toes again this time. I have a feeling it's Tyler and Rosanna, but it could have been...
It could be David and Kendall's.
Yes, or Carlos. Remember, Carlos got it in with Marielena.
Those feet looked a little bigger than his lower body, though. I'm not gonna lie. Just saying.
She said it.
Let me sip tea on that
Sip the tea, sip the tea. Thank you for everyone in the chat, by the way, and thank you for the comments from last week. We love you guys tuning in and all the good stuff. But before I wrap up the Monday situation, Kristin comes in with a twist, and we know the twist. Jair is safe. Jair is safe.
Yes.
He cannot. He has immunity. He cannot be voted off. So that changes the whole plan that Tatum had to kick him out, basically.
Right.
That just shook the world up for them. So the core four, the power couple, especially Bobby Ray, poor Bobby Ray.
He's just shaking. He's like, oh man, I don't know what I'm gonna do. This makes me nervous.
Right.
I definitely like I said, I loved that little plot twist. I do feel like Jair let me down though on how he used it, but we'll get to that later.
I did too.
But yes, I definitely think that was a good piece to throw in there and kind of have everybody on their toes.
Yeah.
And that's when all the like little lies and deceptions and all the gossiping started going around because they were like, okay, now we need to come up with a new plan.
Right. And let's be real, some of these lies were actually truths.
Yes, they were.
Playback's a bitch. Like when you're on air,
Yes.
and you say something, and the producers know you said it, it'll come back to you.
They probably have secret cameras like everywhere.
Right.
They're just like, oh, camera 3, zoom in on that one, raise the
Exactly.
mic volume.
I can't wait till they actually watch this back since they're at the house and they can't watch it right now.
Oh, yeah.
So they're like, they're disconnected from the world.
Yes.
So they don't know what's going on.
That is so true.
So that's the kind of the Big Brother aspect, I guess. You know what I mean? But they're not in a house; they're in paradise.
Yeah.
Paradise. Right. Anyways, you guys, I think Lauren has something to tell us. And Lauren, why don't you go ahead and let us know what's up?
Yes. So this is to you guys tuning in right now, listening to us on the podcast. We just want to thank you so much for making AfterBuzz TV the ESPN of TV talk and for helping us continue to grow. Honestly, we couldn't do it without you. And thank you guys for the people in the chat. You guys are definitely helping us out with this show. If you're listening to us on the podcast, please give us 5-star rating. Go ahead and give us a thumbs up on YouTube, comment, reply to any of the comments below, because we definitely want you to get involved in the conversation, and make sure that if you leave a comment that you do it after the show ends, because the live chat does not go on the comment feed once this closes. So we just want to say being a part of AfterBuzz TV has meant so much to all of us.
Definitely.
It's definitely been great for me. I know it's been great for you too. So we appreciate you for supporting us. Tell your family and friends to check us out too. Thank you guys.
Love it. I love being here. Thank you guys for all the support. Thank you for checking out the new show. I mean, I know this is a reboot. We might have some fans from back in 2008 or whatnot, but a lot of you guys tuned in, and a lot of you guys are commenting, so thank you so much for that, letting us know how we're doing. Now, like I mentioned, Bobby Ray is shooketh for his life, because the plan, which Tatum says, it's going to go fine, everything's going to be great, I'm going to be there for you the whole time, has switched around on them, and now the power couples have to plan something else. Tyler and Rosanna obviously start this, like thought process or whatnot, and Tyler's kind of heading the whole situation. Do you think if they stick to that core four, because they're all still there,
Right.
do you think it's going to work out for them, or is something going to blow up in somebody's face, especially that we know that Tyler's ex-girlfriend is coming in?
I don't think it's going to work out. And you know what? I think it's going to end worse for Ro, because she is kind of like the captain of the core four. And honestly, I know they call themselves the Ken and Barbie.
Yeah.
They're Tatum and Bobby Ray's relationship. I don't know how it got so strong so fast. I guess we didn't really see that connection bloom.
Right.
We just saw them room together, and then, oh my gosh, power couple. I'm still confused as to how that happened. So I think there still needs to be some true connection in that one. But then, yes, with Tyler's ex-girlfriend coming in, it's about to go down, because she even said she slept with him the night before he went there.
Oh my God, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yes. So it's definitely gonna go down, because she's gonna get in there. They're gonna find out a whole bunch of stuff they didn't even know about Tyler.
Yeah.
We might find out he's a completely different guy than what we thought. And actually, I wrote this down when I was watching it. The whole time Tyler and Ro were having their little romantic back massage, Rosanna was like, I could take you to my family. You're someone I could see myself with.
I wrote this down too.
And he was just like, same, ditto. Yeah. He never was like, I could take you home.
The term was likewise.
Likewise. There you go. Likewise. He was never like, yes, I would take you home to my mom. He was just like, let's see how this goes. Let's just focus on getting to know each other now. But that's a realistic answer. You've only been there for 5 days. Exactly. So yes, kudos for him. But yes, she definitely is a little head over heels more than he is.
I think so too, and I mean it's just kind of the same way with David and Kendall, but I think this is a little bit more prominent, especially that she's talking about, I'm great with parents.
Yes.
And just his face at that moment in time, I'm like, ooh, that's
kind of like she was forcing it, right? Did you feel that way?
Definitely like trying to dig deep into the situation, but like you said, it's been like a week. So it's like, okay, we're gonna talk parents now. I think my last relationship, I didn't talk about parents till like 6 months in, maybe. You know what I mean? Like, cause you gotta know these people, and you know, and it's TV.
It is TV.
It's TV. So you don't even know how it's gonna turn out. You don't know what it's gonna look like when you come back home.
Oh, right? Because if his mom sees her give it up so easily, will she like that, or will she be like, oh, okay, I don't care, it was a TV show, like you can
or
still
sees a scheming and like, I don't know if I like that. You know what I mean? Because if you could scheme other people,
what are you gonna do with my son?
Oh, exactly.
Okay, well, really quick. So Justin Sheldon thinks that it's a stock photo of the feet. They don't think it's actually one of the couples having sex. They think it's a stock photo.
I feel like it is. It just feels like it's one of them.
Yeah, I would think. I mean, they have the cameras. Why not
the camera's
just get
there,
it real quick?
You know what I mean? And they're gonna crop things out, obviously.
I mean, yeah, I don't think it's the same feet every time either.
Yeah, it's. I mean, they all
good,
sleep
but
together.
good get.
That's a good. I mean, you never know. You never know.
Yeah, you never know.
I feel like it's somebody's feet. America, let us know. So they have a casino night.
Yes.
That's fun because they get to like relax. They get to have a good time and finally kind of not be so pressured at the game because, you know, yes, 1 week at the house, almost 2 weeks at the house, but that's a lot of stress on you to try to find the one that you need to be coupled up with or else you leave. And then your shot at $250K plus love is gone.
Right.
So they looked like they had a good time.
They did.
At the beginning, you know what I
And
mean?
yeah, I definitely think in those type of environments, you either need to take them out of the house so they can, like you said, not feel as pressured or have some type of themed party inside the house just so everyone can relax and be themselves. Because I feel like when they are in the game, they're all being I don't say
strategic.
Yes, yeah. Their minds are just they're overthinking everything. But then, you know, when the drinks started flowing, the car started, they're like, oh yes, fun. Like so.
I forgot who it was, but she was making a sand angel. I think it was
Brittany.
It was Brittany.
She
was making a sand angel.
Hans was like, you're not getting in this bed tonight.
Right, I'm gonna need you to take a shower real quick before you hop in here. But they all had a good time. I mean, like Tyler and Rosanna won the massage that we talked about during the spin game. They also played a group game called High and Low Games, and I quoted some of the things over there. Bobby Ray had a girlfriend who was 27 years older than her.
Yeah,
yes. 27 years older than him.
And he said he's like, what, 25, 20?
Something like
somewhere
that.
between 25 and 28.
So she was in her 50s.
Yeah.
Oh. Is that, to each his own, right?
Right. I mean, yeah.
Shout out to that lady who got it.
I'm just glad that she was older, not younger.
Yeah, exactly.
So I was like, whatever.
Right. Let's play the higher game in that position. I would play the higher card in that position. And Tyler still writes in his diary.
I thought that was kind of cute.
I think that's cool.
Yeah, it could be a journal. Not everyone's like, you know, it could, they just probably call it a diary, but it could be his like journal, his daily thoughts, his goals. I think that's very good.
I do that sometimes. I write that in my notes on my phone. Like I think about something and I write it down, or I feel like I need to like write it out.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Sometimes you can't just get it out.
Yeah.
You just, feel more comfortable writing it out.
Yeah,
So
and they definitely say when you say it and speak it, it's more likely to come true.
Exactly. Put it out into existence, y'all.
Yes, but
let everyone know, especially if you want to find love, maybe on Paradise Hotel.
Yeah, they're still taking submissions, so
exactly.
you could definitely.
They're still casting for this live feature, that comes every week, which is crazy to me. That kind of makes the show really interesting, I think.
It does.
You know,
and the fact that America can live tweet them, say like who they want to vote in, blah blah. Like if you blow up their Twitter feed, they may say, "Oh, let's add her on there." You know what I mean?
Exactly. You never know. Social media is crazy.
It is.
You can find the next star. You just don't know. I mean, you know.
I'm right here.
She's ready. Tweet. You still got till 10:30 to vote and tweet, so you know you better. 10:30 Pacific time. So after this, after you get done watching us, go ahead and vote which girl you want to come into the house. Ooh, that'll be interesting. And let us know who you want in the comments. Okay, let me go back with the list really quick. So that was Jamie, Kentucky Charm, Nicole's Jet Life, and Caitlin. I forgot who. Little Miss something. I forgot.
Well, she got voted in by the boys.
Yeah, so she got voted in by the boys. Between Nicole and Jamie. Oh, that's tough because I feel like they both have good personalities, and I want to see somebody feist. I'm gonna put Nicole in Jet Life because I feel like she could shake some things up.
Okay, I would pick Nicole too because I definitely think she would shake some things up and like make people go like, "What?" But the only thing is, I think she might be a little too feisty for the boys to handle. Well, except for Carlos and Jair, maybe.
Right.
But I think why the girls picked her was because maybe some of the other guys wouldn't be as attracted just based on.
And that's what they did last week with Kyle.
Exactly. And then... But
it kind of worked.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he got voted off.
Yeah.
But then maybe Mariella was picking her for an alliance because she really doesn't have any female friends in there.
Exactly.
And she was thinking maybe she could make a new friend.
I feel like that could be a good alliance for her.
I feel like it could too.
You know, I feel like they can connect or whatnot. And it would be good. It would be interesting because I want to see more people on her side because I feel like she is so confused.
She is.
You know, because she hears things, left and right, and she doesn't know who to believe, and then she still boot up with Carlos.
Yeah, and I think she's actually one of the few people who are going there to play for love. Mm-hmm. Like, she has not talked about the money at all. She's not worried, but she's like, Carlos has been true to me. He's been real to me. Mm-hmm. Lo and behold, like, he parted ways with Deandra like this, so he's not one to trust at all.
Right.
Because they had a pact too. But I definitely want it to work out for Mariella.
I do too. I really want it because I think she's just so genuine.
She is.
She is just so genuine. And I honestly, I thought Hans was like, Hans last week I said, I think he might have some stuff up his sleeve and he might not be there for the right reasons and stuff like that. This episode totally changed that for me, for him. Like, he ended up being a martyr for me. Like, he gave it up. You know what I mean? To help everyone
think
else.
he wasn't there for 100% the right reason, maybe 50% the right reason, 50% for the money. But I do love how, he's like, all right, well, I'm going home anyways. Might as well just lay all the marbles on the table and tell everyone what's up. I do like how he did that because he could have just left and just been like, all right, everyone can figure it out for himself. But I love how he put them on blast.
Yeah, hella on blast. Let's be real. Like, he went in. I mean, we'll talk about that in a little bit.
Okay.
But he went in. So at the end of the episode for Wednesday, we see that Jair finds out the truth, that Tatum basically is using him and playing him. And the rest of the house, too, realizes that the power couple, Rosanna and Tyler, are what stresses them out and what makes the game hard for them in a sense. When they were out at the beach and they were getting their massage, everyone seemed more lighthearted, like we mentioned. Everyone wanted to just have a good time. And they weren't really thinking about the game. They weren't playing with the strategy. They were playing with their heart at that time.
Yeah, it seems like the power couple, Ro and Tyler, they're kind of like the puppet master, you know, Rosanna.
Especially Rosanna.
Yeah, she'll go and whisper something. Or they even, of course, like I said, they did a great job with editing. Every single time there was a conversation, she inserted herself. Even when Bobby Ray and Tatum were in their own room.
Come on now, they were just trying to get some alone time.
They were literally just having a conversation between themselves, and Rosanna just walks in, and she's like, how do you greet people? Really? You're really
How do you
gonna
greet people in Florida?
In Florida,
or
yeah. I was like, is that a real question?
Right.
So I definitely liked the vibe of the house when they were away.
Yeah, I did too. I mean, but a lot of things came out of that situation too because Carlos, in a confessional to whoever he was talking to, I forgot who it was. There's so many people. He said, I had a hookup with Marielena to secure my spot.
He said that to Tyler.
He said that to Tyler.
He said that.
And I'm like, oh, man, because Jay Lamar last week was like, I don't trust Carlos. I don't trust Carlos. And I'm like, really? I see it now.
He was grimy because
that was so shady.
You know, Carlos is attractive. I was like, okay, you're cute, little poppy going on.
Poppy,
but
what is he?
Poppy
Sansol.
Sansol.
Yeah.
And then he goes and says that. And I mean, we kind of know why he hooked up, but then the fact that he went and said it, I was like, why would you do that?
He couldn't keep it to himself and play his game.
He could have. He could have played the game, but instead he outed himself. And then I was kind of like, all right, I don't really like you. You could go home. Not that I don't like you, but he was one of my favorite. Oh, well, when he did Deandra, before he did Deandra wrong. Well, let me just say this: I didn't dislike him, but then after he did that, he crossed two girls. I was like, all right, I'm kind of over you.
I'm
on
really,
to the next.
I can't with him right now. Like, and I was trying to give him a chance because I thought him and Mari just had a good situation going on.
Yeah, I thought they were cute.
It felt good. You know, it kind of felt like how David and Kendall were, you know what I mean? Like, just chill, it's there, and it's going to be strong or whatnot. Oh, speaking of that, by the way, surprise for Kendall, David brought out a piñata. He got a cake.
Yes, that was so cute for her birthday.
For her birthday, and she seemed like she was happy.
Yeah, see, that was so
but
thoughtful.
Also passive. But also passive. I don't know.
You know, that was very thoughtful of David.
Yeah.
I think that actually shows the steps, like, that he could be a really good boyfriend.
Yeah.
So I think she should kind of open up a little more, show some emotion, because we don't know, like, does she really like him or not? If she does, I want her to open up a little more, show some emotion, so that at least they can have a stronger bond, because he may not feel secure.
Exactly. And maybe she's doing it because maybe she's playing smart. Maybe she's playing the way that we feel like they should be playing, where they shouldn't be attached so quickly, but still hold on to secure their spot in a sense.
Yeah.
So she's kind of just sailing along or coasting along or whatnot.
Coasting, yeah.
I feel like that's kind of it because that's how her face looks or whatnot. But maybe deep down inside, that's just how she really is, and maybe that's just how she really is. I don't know.
Maybe
we could be totally wrong, and she could be like, "That's just my face.
That's just my face.
That's just my face." I don't know. But we have a special segment that Jay Lamar put together.
Okay.
Last week, and I want to do it again because I think there's always a breakout somebody in the situation. And our special segment last week was Hotel Guest of the Week. Who do you think was kind of like the standout guest in these 3 episodes that we saw? What do you think?
Ooh, this week I will give it to Chair because he was the new guy. You know, at first they came in plotting against him, but then when they found out he had the power, everyone was kind of shook. And he didn't even go around like, oh yeah, I have the power to get you out, you out. He was very calm about it. So I liked that.
That's very true.
And did you notice it turned into everyone coming to him? And they're like, man, what should I do? Do you think who are you going to pick?
Yeah.
And he just kind of played the game. He stayed very level-headed. He never told anybody, I'm going to pick X, Y, and Z. He's like, I don't know until I get up there. And he kept his word. So I like that.
I actually like that too. I think he's playing it. He's playing it smooth too.
He's playing it smart, yeah.
And because he, like we said, he's trying to alliance up with everybody.
Yeah.
And the mamas to make sure, like, whatever I could do to help you out, let me help you out. It's kind of like the Godfather in a sense.
Yeah, he's like the J-tier bananas of the show.
Exactly. So that'll be kind of interesting to see how he plays the rest of it, especially with the choices he made this time around. Because I thought he might have gone somewhere else, but he played it safe in a sense.
He did play it safe. You know, I feel like there could be a connection there with Brittany.
I want there to be, don't you?
I think that would be cute together. My thing with Brittany is she keeps saying, oh, there was no connection with Kyle, blah, blah, but she didn't even give him a chance.
No.
Granted, Kyle was not trying to really just insert himself on, like, you know, he wasn't trying to put himself out there.
They were both a fault of that situation, like, for real.
But I hope she doesn't make the same mistake with him because eventually she might go home.
Right.
So she needs to step up or she's going to get out.
They all need to step up, basically. I mean, Kyle was even given a chance. Kristin said she can go ahead and pick anybody to roommate with until the checkout ceremony.
If he was smart, he would have picked Mariella.
I said the same thing in my head.
She literally said, I am open to getting to know you.
Yes.
And wasn't that before, like, she had sex with Carlos?
No, this was after.
This was after.
But this is also before, like, the second confrontation with Carlos.
Yeah, so literally he could have taken her away.
Yeah.
They could have formed a good bond, and then boom, bye, Carlos.
Exactly. Like, yes, he stood by her, right? Or no, he stood
Yeah,
by.
he did stand by her,
He stood by Mari. And if he made that connection with Mari, I think it might have switched around.
I think it could have too.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I know that she wanted to be a little bit more loyal to Carlos because she hasn't seen what's going down in the editing bay.
But she said, I feel in my gut that he's playing me. And she still chose him. I was like, all right, girl.
You learn from your mistakes? I don't know.
Well, she doesn't know yet. She hasn't seen the footage, so.
Right. I wish we were able to have them on, but, you know, because they're there,
yeah,
we can't. I just want her to see.
Because
I just want to know.
A few of them are actually in LA.
Yeah, exactly. But right now they're in Mexico. So, which is, I think, is where Paradise Hotel is when I looked it up. I think it's in Mexico. So, Brittany comes in to Mari. To Mari and lets her know you're temporary. This was the kind of the straw that broke the camel's back type situation for her because, or the beginning of it, because that's the first time she kind of heard it. And she felt betrayed. I would too, obviously. But it was edited so weird because that's all she said, you're temporary. Then all of a sudden she was like, she goes up to Carlos and like, I heard people talking about this, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, you got all that from temporary?
Yeah, I was confused too. I feel like we missed something.
Like, did they miss the edit?
Yeah, they did. Because she was like, you said I'm just the option and you've been playing me. I was like, where did we miss that?
Yeah.
But you know, I think that is true. What she told her was true. It was harsh.
Right.
But it was true.
Yeah, so I feel like there was something else that we were missing from the conversation that caused her to really, you know what I mean? She must have heard other things or whatnot, and it just didn't make it in the cut, or they accidentally cut it out, because it just didn't make sense for her to be like, oh yeah, you temporary. Then she got super pissed and got all that from, you know, from that situation. But then she heard it again when Hans told her the same thing. So you think you heard it twice. And you think you're getting played twice,
and you still choose him.
You still choose him.
Dick must have been bomb.
Like,
that's all I can say.
Like he must have secured it real well.
Yeah, what she said. You did some moves I wasn't expecting.
Right, I didn't know you were into all that too.
Yeah, I was like, what was all of that?
It was something.
Yeah, well.
You must have flipped it and reversed it or something because I don't know. She's still with him, but another highlight to this Thursday episode was the constant fight between Hans and Ro. Mm-hmm. Because Hans is just over the situation. Also trying to protect himself. Mm-hmm. Because he does flip out. This is why I thought him and Brittany were good together. Was because he's emotional and she's emotional. Maybe they could be emotional together. Maybe is that two negatives might make a positive?
No, I do not think two overly emotional people need to be together.
Yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right.
Yeah, someone needs to be the calm one in the group and be like, chill out.
Because they're both exactly like that, and I think that's the connection that they found together. That they both have issues. You know what I mean? He has trust issues. She has some trust issues as well too. She just doesn't know where to go with it.
Yeah, well, actually, Batgirl Reacts in the chat asked, how much alcohol do they let the cast drink?
Which is kind of, they all look semi-sober for most of it, right?
Yes, but this is the thing. They always have a drink in their hands.
Right.
And I said that question because if you drink a lot, your emotions might be riled up way more easily, too. So,
do you think that's why Brittany and Hans is the back and forth situation, and then Mari and Carlos is the back and forth situation?
I definitely think for Mari, yes, because she was always drinking, and I think like she started crying, then she was, so she was like up and down. Maybe she had a little too much to drink. She did fall off the chair, so
wait, I forgot about that.
She fell off, and then she's like, oh my gosh, she started crying, and she's like, okay, who puts the chair that close to the end? So
I remember that part. This episode, I just feel like, or these past episodes, I just feel like everyone seemed a little sober, but they might just be masking it well. Because like when I watch the MTV episodes or other reality shows, everyone seems wasted.
Yeah.
Like all the time.
Do they eventually cut people off? Like, how does that work?
They better, because that's people's alcohol limits and like. You know what I mean? Alcohol poisoning. I hope they do.
Well, they might be like, we want more juiciness, so keep drinking.
Yeah, that's true.
But you know what? They water the drinks down so much in Mexico that they could probably drink 10 drinks and not
especially when it's an all-inclusive situation.
You know what
I mean? When it's all-inclusive, they're like, okay.
Yes, because
we got to feed a lot of people this alcohol.
I definitely went to one. I was like, I don't feel anything. But
yeah. It took me a little bit, but I mean, throughout the whole day doing it, it might hit you. Exactly. Can we go to Paradise Hotel just to watch? Just to watch. I don't think I ever want to be in that house.
I would stir it up a little bit.
What would you do?
Let me
know, Lauren. Let me know. I want to know.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not even gonna front. I would probably be like Rosanna. I'd probably be the one stirring things up.
Oh, you so sweet. You gonna be like a Rosanna?
If it's $250,000 on the line, you got to do what you got to do to secure the bag.
$250K.
I mean, I'm not a manipulative person, but if you put in that money right there, and I see all these people don't know what they're doing, I'm like, yeah, you're an option.
That's a good question. Then, would in that situation, if you were to put yourself in that situation, would you be 50% the money, 50% the love, or would you be?
I would be 100% the money.
Oh, at least you real.
I would be 100% the money. I am not going on a game show that's filmed in 2.5 months and think I'm gonna find love. No.
At least you're real.
Lauren, the truth.
I feel like you would get to that situation and you would
then
be Lauren the truth and then fall in love and it would be a true story. That would happen to me.
That would happen. I would go in there, be like money, fall in love, and then I would get played. I'll be the one that
I hope you don't get played at the end.
They'd be like, psych, I'm choosing.
I want to write your story and say you're going to go in and you're going to work for the money, gets to the end, and you're going to find love and it's going to be a happily ever after.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
A little positivity.
Who would you be in there?
In that situation, I think I'm a David type.
You're David?
I don't think chivalry's dead. I don't think it should be dead. And I think if you like somebody, you're going to let them know. You're going to show them or whatnot. But I would also be a little bit of Tyler watching his back. Or Carlos watching his back, minus the dirtiness.
I was going to say, Carlos is a little schemy.
Yeah, minus the dirtiness. I'll be a little schemy, but like... You know what I mean? You kind of play it in the middle, not to his extent.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So maybe like a Jer.
Maybe like a Jer. Yeah, maybe like a Jer. Yeah, or Jair.
Jair.
I'm always messing his name.
I'm like said his name 5 different ways. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Maria Elena, I say 5 different ways too. Like I'm gonna call her Mari, and somebody called her Mari in this episode.
That's what I call her. I call her Mari just to keep it safe.
So I'm gonna call her Mari.
Okay.
Okay. Let's get into the checkout ceremony, and I wasn't surprised. Were you surprised?
I was disappointed.
I wasn't surprised in the situation, but I was also disappointed and well, let's get to it right now. Okay, so Jair picks Brittany.
Yes.
He played it safe. I thought because he had the power, he would shake things up a little bit more, but I feel like he's still forming his alliances and he's trying to stay in the game a little bit longer, so maybe that's why.
I don't even know if I agree with that. I think, yes, he was playing it safe by choosing her.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, whoever chose, no one else can do it.
Yeah.
But I think if he was smart and was going about it the strategic way, he would have chosen either Brittany. Mm-hmm. And first of all,
I mean, he did, right? Okay.
That would have been revenge. Like, your alliance is broken up and your boyfriend's leaving, so bye. Mm-hmm. And
you're talking about Rosanna?
No, Brittany. Blonde.
Tatum.
Sorry.
Okay.
I'm thinking Brittany Blonde.
Yeah.
No, Tatum. He would have chose Tatum and broke that alliance up. I mean, I knew he wasn't going to choose Rosanna, and they would have found their way back to each other, whatever. You know what I mean? I just wish he would have used it more wisely. But yeah, he did play it safe.
He played it totally safe, right?
And all the other people, all the other couples, they were obvious.
Exactly. Well, Kyle and Mari and Carlos, I thought like we said, if Kyle played it up a little bit more with Mari, it could have gone a whole different way.
Yeah, she would have had to think a little harder.
Exactly.
But I feel like with this show, they're not getting to know as many people as they could. No. They're just like sticking with the one couple they're roomed with.
Yep.
And they're like, you're the only person I can get to know.
Boot up so quick.
Yes, so quick. And
I need Ella May's track to be playing on this episode.
Boot up. No, because literally, they could literally get to meet other people and they could find out they actually really like them.
Right.
And money aside, they could make some real connections. Mm-hmm. But instead, they're like, we're rooming together, we're an alliance.
Exactly.
I'm just like, no. If you really did come there for love, Brittany says she did, then open up. Talk to everyone. Right.
She's too emotional.
They should do like speed dating. You know what I mean? They should do speed dating. Like everyone sit down, have 2 minutes. 2 minutes is not a lot. Maybe like 5 minutes is too much though. Maybe like 3.5 minutes to talk to each person and see, oh, we have this in common.
Exactly.
Oh, like,
the producers are listening right now and they're like, yes, we're going to put that in. Like, watch.
Okay. Send me my check after you do.
Exactly. Let her know. Can I get 10%?
Yeah.
5%?
5%.
2%. I'll take 2%. It's cool.
Yes, we got 2.
Yeah. And then we got Bobby Ray and Tatum, which, I'm happy for Bobby Ray. He didn't take an L this time.
Finally.
You're right. David and Kendall, we knew that was secure. Tyler and Rosanna and Hans, we'll get to that in a second. Actually, that's it. Yeah, Tyler, Rosanna, and Hans. Hans, that was basically a martyr move. Like, he was like, I'm going to take one for the team, bite the bullet, and that's going to be it.
Yeah, I loved it. Oh, my gosh. It gave the show so much
Yeah.
Like, he's like, oh, I'm not going to walk out here. I'm not going to walk out quietly.
Oh, no.
I am going to lay all my marbles out, and I'm going to tell you how I feel. Right. And I'm so glad he did, because everything he said was true. He did not lie.
He didn't. There was playback, y'all.
Yeah, playback.
There was playback.
And he went in. He was like, you're this, you're that, you're manipulative, you're playing. And then whenever Kristin said, Tyler, were you surprised? He said, no. I was like, you could have been like, just a little bit, because I know my girl is a good person. Right. He's like, nah, I wasn't surprised. Mm-hmm. But then he was like, it's because Tyler's acting one person. I'm like, nah, it's because your girl is really that.
Right, exactly. Think about it twice, bro. Be careful. Bots and chest implants.
Oh my gosh, that was hilarious.
That was a highlight.
He went in. He said nothing on her is real. I was just like, come on.
Yeah, exactly.
The producers love that.
He went in on her, and it was, oh God, that's why he came back to have the little interview afterwards. I mean, let's be real. Before we get into news and gossip, the twist, which is really going to be interesting. We know about this, I mentioned earlier. Tyler's ex-girlfriend is going to come into the house.
Yes.
She's going to come into the house. They have no idea yet. It's going to be a little slip in. Hey, here I am. And she slept with him the day before. They slept over.
Yeah.
I mean, allegedly. She slept over at his place, or vice versa, whatever, the day before he came to the island. Mm-hmm. So that's going to be a sticky situation, especially for Rosanna.
Yeah.
She might get a little shook.
I think they're going to end up sleeping together again. I think he might be like, ooh,
Maybe
he knows he
alcohol
can
come
get
to play?
it. Yeah, she might be like, come meet me like in the side room, and they get it. But then at the same time, if you're on a game show and your ex is put there to like throw you off on your game, would you fall into it? I mean, I mean, obviously, if alcohol's involved, things are a little more tricky. But if you're there, you have an alliance with someone, and you have $250K on the line, I'll be like, look, I could catch you back in LA, and then we can work things out. But right now, I need to focus on this, so get out of here.
Right. For me, it's gonna depend on which ex comes in. Because you have that one ex.
But this is the most recent ex.
If this is the most, but it could have been that one.
It could have been.
You know what I mean? But if
the one that got away.
Exactly. So it would depend on which one it would be.
But you know what? Now that you say that, okay, I would be, like I said, I would want to be like, I'm going to focus on this. But then if I saw somebody else mess with them, I'll be like, wait,
especially if it's fresh. If it's a fresh breakup.
If it's a fresh breakup, and we literally just hooked up before I went on the show, and then I literally see another girl go to sleep with you, I'm not gonna lie, that would kind of mess me up a little bit.
And it's like real world. You can't just unfollow them or block them from your feed.
You see them for at least a week. You have to see that for a week.
Right.
And I mean, obviously they're not gonna form the bond that we had within the week. But if I know like you're in bed with her, I'm like, oh my gosh, I think I would go crazy.
Because let's be real, jealous tendencies come to play.
Yeah, but like you said, it depends on what ex. Because if it's like,
I can think of one ex, I'm just like, whatever.
Exactly. I'm like, you can have them.
Right.
But if it's like someone I really care about, I'm like, oh.
Exactly. It'll be a little different.
I don't really have.
Right. Sip that tea. Sip that tea. Oh my God. I know we're running out of time, but can we get some news and gossip from you, please?
We can. Okay, so the first one we're going to talk about is Jer. He's a twin, you guys.
Wait, shut up.
Double the trouble. Look at that.
His twin's going to come in.
Identical to. Are you what? I thought he was like,
no, on the show.
Wouldn't that be crazy?
That would be
Anyways,
crazy.
his name is Mickey. So Jer and Mickey. I was hoping it was something like Jer and something rhyming.
With a J.
Yeah, but they're cute. Okay, next up. So I went on all of these people's Instagrams. So Mariella is a model with Wilhelmina Models.
Oh, get it.
And then, so I went on Rosanna's Instagram because he said she has bots and all her followers are fake. I looked it up. She has like 100 and, that's Tatum's. She's like, they're all supermodels.
Yeah.
So basically, they deleted all their photos, I think, for this show. They deleted all their photos and they only put model pictures up. Like, all of them. I went through everyone's profile.
Of course.
So that's Tatum's. But Rosanna's, she literally has 120,000, which is on the heavier side of the other cast members. Yeah. And I'm like, are these bots? So I scrolled through some of her photos. She has like 5,000 to 7,000 likes, so the ratio's kind of.
How does that? How many video views? That always gets you right there.
Ooh,
yeah.
I'm gonna look next time.
We have to check that out.
But yeah, I just thought I was like, bots. She might have some bots in there, so I just thought that was cute.
That's interesting.
So basically, they deleted all their relationship photos and all their juicy tea for this show. I'm guessing. So that I just Instagram trolled.
I love that. I'm probably going to do that when I get home.
Okay.
I'll be real. You have to send me those profiles.
Okay, I will.
All right, so let's close it off with some predictions really quick. Can I get your predictions for the next
AfterBuzz
week?
TV predictions.
Ooh, what do I think is going to happen? I think Ken and Barbie are going to stay pretty good.
Right.
I think once Tyler's ex come in, there's going to be Ro is going to be thrown off her game.
Oh,
she's going to be so emotional. She's going to be thrown off her game. She might even be forced to find a new connection. I hope Brittany gives JR a chance, but there's 2 new girls coming in.
Yes.
I think the new girl who's Kimberly that they voted in, I think she's going to shake some things up, and she might even potentially break up a couple, honestly.
Yeah. Ooh, I feel it too. I feel like, okay, so Tyler and Carlos are going to get tempted with these new girls that come in because they mentioned it in some past episode. So I feel like there's going to be some tension coming on. I think Mari's going to finally realize that it's time to let it go and trust your gut. You know what I mean? But I feel like Ro is going to, the whole thing with Tyler's ex is going to come in and it's going to shake him, and Ro's going to end up trying to bunk with somebody else later on too.
Okay.
Because I feel like that's really, because she's so into it and she's so quick and he's just a likewise type person that she's going to react a whole nother way. And it's just going to be a whole nother thing for her, and it might just break up that alliance right there. A lot can go on because there's going to be 3 episodes. Thursdays with a 2-hour.
Oh,
You never
yes.
know.
3.
You know what I mean?
Ooh, a lot of tea.
It is so crazy. Hey guys, I just want to let you guys know, unfortunately, I will not be able to continue on with the show here for Paradise Hotel for the after show. I have some other engagements and other things I'm shooting at the moment that are hindering me from continuing on. But I want to say thank you so much for having me.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate it. Jalen Martin's going to come back next week. And I believe Lauren will too. We'll figure it out and all that good stuff. Thank you for rocking with us. And really thank you for reviewing and hitting us up in the comments. I'm going to continue to try to follow the show. So I want to know what your thoughts are and what is going on in your mind and who is going to stay, who's going to go, and who do you think is going to come on next week. So you have to let me know. So that is our show, but you could hit me up with all of that at Nino Lanero on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook to let me know all the details, because I'd love to continue the conversation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What about you, Lauren? Where can they find you?
Yeah, they can let me know their thoughts and just follow me to see what I do at Lauren the Truth.
There you go. You better tell them your truth.
Yeah, I'm telling the truth.
All right, guys. Thank you guys so much, and we appreciate you guys watching. And they'll catch you next week. Right?
Yeah, catch us next week. Bye.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.